all my colleagues for being here.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for your leadership on this issue. Thank you to each of the senators who are gathered here and your leadership fighting for energy to be widely available and affordable. The Green New Deal is a disaster. It's a disaster for American families. It's a disaster for jobs. It is a disaster for our national security. It's a disaster, ironically, for the environment. And it's a disaster politically, as elections like Virginia and New Jersey last night demonstrate. If you want abundant jobs, you want low-cost, abundant energy. If you want families to be able to make their budgets fit their needs, you want abundant, low-cost energy. If you want high-paying union jobs, you want abundant, low-cost energy. If you want to protect the national security of the United States and not send billions to nations who hate us and want to kill us, you want abundant, low-cost energy. And if you want to protect the environment, you want abundant, low-cost energy. One of the most revealing aspects of this debate is the radical left's Green New Deal is not about the environment. Because under their stated objectives, their policies fail. If you judge the policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and John Kerry solely on the criterion, do they reduce pollution, do they reduce greenhouse gases? The Biden, Harris, Kerry policies fail badly. First day in office, Joe Biden, with a stroke of a pen, shut down the Keystone Pipeline. Destroyed 11,000 jobs, destroyed 8,000 high-paying union jobs. But the results of that, it's not that the Canadians are letting the oil remain in the tar sands. No, instead, they're continuing to develop that oil. But now that oil, one of two things is happening to it. Either it is being put on trucks or trains going south to the United States, or it's being put on ships going west to China. In both instances, it pollutes more, it emits more greenhouse gases, and there's a greater risk of spills. The safest way to transport that oil with the lowest emissions is a pipeline. And yet, Biden, Harris, and Kerry do not care. Likewise, on day one, Joe Biden shut down all new federal leases on federal lands for oil and gas production. U.S. production is going down as a result. Prices are going up. Heating oil, when your heating oil prices go up this winter, you can thank Joe Biden and John Kerry and Kamala Harris for that. When you pay more at the pump for a gallon of gas, California just a couple of weeks ago was selling gas for $7.49 a gallon. When you fill your tank and spend $100 to fill your tank, you can thank Joe Biden or John Kerry or Kamala Harris. But the result of that, suddenly, the White House realized that sky-high gas prices hurts working men and women, and it's bad politically, as last night demonstrates. And so now they are absurdly urging OPEC to produce more. Joe Biden is begging Russia, Saudi Arabia, Iran, produce more oil. The oil and gas they produce is dirtier. It pollutes more. If the only test is, are we helping the environment, the Biden-Kerry-Harris plan pollutes more and emits more greenhouse gases. What nation had the single greatest reduction in CO2 emission last year? The answer, and it's not even close, is the United States of America. We led the world. What nation is the world's greatest polluter? China. China was nowhere to be found at this conference in Scotland. China's producing new coal plants. Why is America leading the world in reducing pollution and carbon dioxide emission? Because on a widespread scale, we're substituting natural gas for coal in electricity production. If the only thing you care about is reducing pollution and greenhouse gases, then you should embrace natural gas in particular, because it is reducing pollution and greenhouse gases more than anything else on earth. And yet Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and John Kerry are trying to kill it. One final point. Not only do they not believe what they're saying, but their hypocrisy is rampant. Headed to this climate conference, these officials flew in giant jets. John Kerry has a private jet that has flown dozens of times this past year all around the country. I don't know about you, but I don't have a private jet. I don't believe any of the people on this stage have their own private jet.
Portman does.
John Kerry, when asked about his private jet, said, really, for someone like me, it's the only way that makes sense to travel. What dripping, condescending arrogance. You know, when we travel, I'm in the exit row on Southwest Airlines.
Let's land this jet, Ted.
That hypocrisy demonstrates they don't mean what they're saying. You want jobs, you want to protect the environment, you want abundant, low-cost energy.